Hello and good afternoon to the Spotlight. This is episode 14. Can you believe we've been doing this for 14 weeks? What are we doing here? Well, we are here to connect with product and service providers, with event organizers here in Puerto Vallarta to learn more about what they are up to connect with their offers, and to find out that we are living in a large city. Yes. Who knew that Puerto Vallarta had events for video gamers? Who knew that there are events for women only? Today, we're going to find out about such things through a couple of our guests. But before we get started, if you're watching live, whether you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, feel free to let us know where you're watching from. I see some friends that are regulars for Coffee and Headlines is in the morning. Hello, Sherry, Albert, Joe, and Mihal. It's great to see you here. And those of you that haven't told us where you are, feel free to just say hello. It's nice to see where people are watching from. And today, as I mentioned, we have guests that we have had before, and I'm so happy that they're coming back because this means that the Spotlight must be working out for them, and that's what it's all about. I think we are going to start today with me clearing my throat. What else is new? We're going to start today with Zizi, who's going to tell us about an event that has to do with women's networking, and let's just push the magic button and make this happen. Boing. Oh, it's the two of you. It's the Siamese. It's the pleasant Siamese twins. Look at you, separated at birth. How are you guys doing?
We're doing fantastic.
1 week.
Yeah.
So even before we start with the event, I'm going to be nosy because you're always appearing together. Are you really good friends, or are you a thing, or is it none of my business?
It's undisclosed information.
It depends on who's asking.
Well, I think it's a wonderful thing whenever any two individuals happen to connect with one another, and it doesn't have to have labels attached to it. Sometimes we are the first to become just nasty people by wanting to label everything. So if you guys have a wonderful connection, then so be it. And that's how I get myself out of a shitty hole for being nosy, by the way.
Oh, no, it's not a problem. You get
No
it
worries.
every day.
Everybody's curious. I like to keep them guessing.
I love it. I love it. So, Zizi, you have a shindig tonight. So why don't we start with you?
Yeah.
Why don't we start with you? Because I think you're going to be in a hurry at some point to go take care of your event, which is a women's networking event, a women's networking meetup, and this is going to be at Maidel's Bookshop and Cafe. Tell us a little bit about it.
Absolutely. So the event is tonight. You can see on the screen it starts at 6:30, and I'm actually currently at Myrel's Bookshop. So if you guys want to take a little peek around with me, we have the store here. Very spacious, very breezy, really
Wow.
comfortable place. And tonight there'll be coffee and tea available, as well as some wine if that's your thing, and some carrot cake, banana bread. We have a lot of games to play as well. I have Jenga and Uno and bananagrams and whatever you want. There's be some icebreakers so everybody can meet everybody. You know, who's from the West Coast, who's from the East Coast. I have a little bingo game geared up, ready to go. And yeah, this is gonna be the second event this year for the women's networking. Our last event we held at Vecino's Pizzeria, and there was maybe 50 women that showed up. Tonight, as of now, it says 27 going, 70 interested. So I'm pretty psyched. I think it's gonna be a full house. We're gonna have a good time.
So, not being a woman, I have so many questions. First of all, is this your initiative, or is this part of an organized group that I don't know anything about?
So this is kind of both, actually. So this is a part of it's called Women's Networking Puerto Vallarta is the name of the group. And last year there were some events going on, kind of being planned, and then they kind of stopped for a little bit. And I really enjoyed the events, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna start this up again. So everyone has been super welcoming. I was actually promoted. I'm now one of the admins of the group, so the Facebook group. It has almost 2,000 women in it living in Puerto Vallarta, and yeah, it's been really great. I've made sure to include all the Spanish speakers as well, so everything I post is in Espanol, English, and so trying to be super inclusive so that everybody who wants to come can come and just form a whole community.
So I just heard you say something really important. You said, I had a good time or I really enjoyed myself. What was it about the event that got you excited? And I'm asking not to question you, but to get the viewers to have a sense as to who's going to go or what to expect.
Yeah, I mean, you never know who you're going to meet. It's really beautiful. One of the last ones, I met a woman who specifically works with women in publishing books. And she just was, it's a really great networking opportunity. You'll meet photographers if you need to get, photography done for your business. It's a really good opportunity to support a local fellow woman. And just, entrepreneurial mindset, right? Like we all are here. And sometimes when you're an entrepreneur, you're just so head down focused, just kind of getting into the grind, and you don't really look around for community. So this is an opportunity for anyone to come out, find others who are maybe like-minded to them, find people to form a community with, and just have a really good time. So it's gonna be great. I'm excited. This store has been awesome too. Myrell's Bookshop is located in the Perota Center on the second floor. So if you need a wheelchair access or anything like that, there is an elevator as well located in the center of the parking lot. So yeah, it's really accessible by bus too. I took the bus here myself. So yeah.
Let me ask you something. I'm not going to guess on whether you're a single lady or not. But just the other day, I was walking down the street minding my own business, and somebody that knows me from Coffee and Headlines stopped me and invited me to come into a business place where this woman was going to get together with other women to hang out. So I walked in and we had a little conversation, but one of them said, and she was not being particularly proud, or she said this with concern in her face. She said,
Mm-hmm.
there are a lot of single women here.
Mm-hmm.
Talk to me about that. Get me into the mindset of what it's
Yeah.
like to be a single woman in Puerto Vallarta. What are your concerns? What is your pride? What's going on?
Yeah, so I actually, living in Puerto Vallarta now, I feel a lot safer here as a woman than I did back in the old country. And so where I lived there was a lot of drugs, a lot of violence, a lot of too many guns, just really a bad kind of vibe. And people say it's always sunny, and it is not. All right, there's a little hint to where I was, where I lived for a long, long time. And so here it's just everybody is, not everybody, but most people are super welcoming, and it's just, a lot of people come here to heal. And I've read about, I don't know too much about this, so if anybody in the comments wants to fill in and be like, I know about this too. I've read that there's like a vortex in Vallarta that is like a healing vortex, and people come here and it's like a boomerang effect, right? You come here and then you don't want to leave. And I've read in like Facebook group comments like, I'm a single woman, I'm in my 50s or I'm in my 30s or 80s or whatever, and I want to find other people. And so there is so many people like that trying to find others also looking for community. And so this space tonight is open to all ages. If you identify as a female, please come through and just, be in a safe space.
Speaking of Facebook, I'm so glad you brought that up, because one of the first questions that I see from a viewer, our friend Joe, is asking, what is the Facebook name of the group?
Yes,
If
it
there is
is
such a
called
thing.
Women's Networking Puerto Vallarta. And the top of it, I don't know if you can see this, it's like a purpley color. And this is actually a photo from the last event I did at Vecino's Pizzeria. So I actually took that picture. And yeah, it says connection, collaboration, community. So yeah, look for, oh, you found it. Oh, look at you. You're great. Amazing. Yes,
we aim to please. Okay, so for whoever
you're
was
awesome.
asking for the name of this, it was Joe Willis. Let me very quickly put it up on the screen to be of good service.
Yeah.
Boom. And there you go. For anybody that is interested in the Facebook group where this particular event came from, this
Hmm.
is the place to find it, correct?
Yes, absolutely. There's more events going on. I'm actually planning our upcoming event. If you can't come tonight, there'll be another one in July. So join the group for more details on that. When you join the group, there are 3 questions that we ask you answer. You don't have to put your email if you don't want to. But yeah, just are you an entrepreneur? Are you open to inviting other ladies into the group? You know, that kind of thing. So be sure to answer those questions so we know you're not a bot.
You mentioned that in the last event, last year's event, there were over 50 women that you had a good time. What do you remember from that event? Tell me, take me there.
Yeah. Really good pizza, and this was actually last month's event. It was
Oh,
maybe 3 weeks ago. Yeah, 3 weeks ago on a Wednesday. We're doing Wednesdays, and most women voted for 7 p.m. because a lot of us work, and so I build my own schedule, but I also work a lot. So I was like, yeah, let's make it open to everybody. So I said 6:30 in the event so that everybody would kind of show up around 7ish if they wanted. But yeah, what I remember from the last event was just people who had never spoken to this other person before. All of a sudden, they're sitting down, talking with them, super animated, people moving their hands a lot. Just like I looked around the room, I took a video of the room, and it was just so healing and so beautiful to see. Like everybody's just energy was just going, and people, oh, here he is, the man of the hour, one of the owners of the bookshop just walked in. So yeah, and at
fantastic.
the end of the event, people were dancing. There was a little dance party. And I took a video of that too. I don't know if I can pull it up on my phone now, but yeah, it was just overall really cool experience. And we're looking to keep it going, keep the vibe going all year. Because I know they say low season, but we're still here. It's not really. It's a strange concept to think of. So we want to keep the vibe going, keep the energy flowing.
My dear friend and little brother and just adorable uh, person attached to my life without a specific label, Lucas, is here. And he said, what a great event. We all need a safe place to belong.
I
While
love
I'm
that.
asking you more questions, unless you're in a hurry to leave, because I still
No,
have a
I'm
lot of
good.
questions.
I'm good.
Ladies watching, what, even if you're watching
Yee.
from elsewhere, women out there, the women that are watching today, what makes an environment safe for you? What makes you want to go and spend time with other women? If you have any comments, please mention it because this will help Gigi, you know,
Yeah,
fine tune upcoming events. And while this is happening, if we get a few comments, that would be wonderful. If not, hopefully people will find a way to connect with you through the Facebook group. Now,
amazing.
tell me more about the venue because you guys have done a gig there or two,
Yeah.
and you have worked on a couple of events. There he is. We'll get to you.
He can't resist.
He can't help himself.
I mean, look,
Um,
he's beautiful. Look at him. Yeah, it's my turn now.
So do tell me more about the venue. What kind of events are they willing to host? I mean, we don't want to take away your
Yeah.
spot, but talk to me about Mayrel's bookstore.
Yeah, so Mayorel's Bookshop and Cafe, they have really good. They opened up a cafe here as well, so you can get your, the highest quality espresso, cafe pour overs, things you probably never even heard of. He got it all. And then on top of that, there's books in both Spanish and English, and so you can, if you're a Spanish speaker, come through. If you are an English speaker, please come through. And just the overall vibe of the store is so spacious. There's so many plants everywhere, as you can see. It's just lush, lush, lush. I love it here. The type of events in the past he's had, every Saturdays I think he does something for children. I believe at 11 a.m. I think it's either coloring or stamping a little tote bag. Speaking of, this is a Myrell's tote bag. I use it. It's one of my newer ones. Thank you. Shout out to Myrell's.
I
So
love
yeah, they
it.
have stamping tote bags for the children. There's puzzle nights, board game nights. We hosted a movie night here. And the movie we last watched was Everything Everywhere All at Once, which I'm gonna show AJ's face.
Wow.
Yeah, that
Oh
film
my
was
God.
crazy.
One needs an
I
extra fat one for that.
Yeah,
Well, that's
yes,
just me.
yes, yes. No, no,
That's
I
just me.
mean, if you got to, you got to. It was really, really fun. And he also does local authors do readings here. AJ is actually having a reprint of his book, 64 to Infinity, Love Letters and Crayons, which I happen to be the
Ooh.
editor of. And so maybe one day we can come on and he'll do a reading from that here. We're getting our second reprint coming through. We already sold 100 copies, so we want to sell another couple hundred copies. So we waiting on
That
that.
is
But yeah, I think super open to a lot of different events. So if you're interested in reaching out to Sean, I can send you his information, or his email is sean@myrailsbookshop.com. I believe.
you know what? I've been saying this for the longest time that I wish to stop by and check it out. Guess what I'm doing right after we're done with the spotlight?
Ooh, what are you doing?
I'm going shopping at La Comer. And guess what? It's between La Comer and my
You are,
house.
my friend, you are across the street.
I
So
am not
yeah, if
gonna
anybody,
I'm not gonna
yeah, no,
become
you're
a
gonna be right
woman, but well,
nearby.
I need to stop by and at least check it out.
Yeah.
Because I've been due to do that for a while. So so I'll come by and say hello right after the spotlight, and
Oh,
then I'll
that's
be on
great.
my way to get some groceries.
Yeah, yeah, I'll be here. The event starts at 6:30, so I'm gonna be here kind of setting some stuff up. I was gonna look into printing out my bingo sheets for tonight. However, to save the planet, I have an English and Spanish version where I can send you the link and you can play finds. And I got all little types of things. Find an animal lover. And there's actually, if you're an art lover, tonight there is also an art gallery in this space by a local artist. Her name is Once, and her work is beautiful, hand painted, just gorgeous. The colors are great. So the gallery ends at the end of this month. So I figured that was also a reason I wanted to host it here, to support a fellow artista, and get everybody in the space. So one of the bingo questions is to find the art named, where is it? Cercanos. And so so it's a little scavenger hunt too. So come through tonight, 6:30 to 9 o'clock. Come through a little early if you want to say hey. And yeah.
Are we missing anything? Is there anything that I haven't asked you
Um,
about the event that you think is really important?
if you want to eat a little something, there is banana bread and carrot cake. So maybe, yeah. So those are our food options for the night. And like I said, tons of coffee, tons of tea. There's a really good matcha green tea latte, iced latte, that
Hmm.
I might actually try. I haven't had good matcha in the past, but I've heard really good things about this one. And here, look how cute it is.
Oh my
Very
gosh,
cute.
that looks yummy.
Isn't that beautiful? And if
It
you're
is
if you're
beautiful.
a coffee fanatic,
Oh,
it's
yummy.
they know what they're doing here. I will tell you
And
that.
it's a condition, right?
There is right now. We just got the fans going. There's a really nice cross breeze.
Okay, fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, now that I've said it, I must make it real. I will stop by right after the spotlight, at
I'll
least to
be
check
here.
it out. I'd be very curious. I've been very curious about it, and I look forward to saying hello in person. I wish you much success with your
Yeah.
event this evening. Everybody needs a safe place to belong, and I am glad that you are providing this connection for other people. Everyone, again, the Facebook page for the group is facebook.com/groups/Women's Networking Puerto Vallarta, or simply search Women's Networking Puerto Vallarta on Facebook, and you should be able to find it. Zizi, thank you very much.
Thank
Would
you.
you kindly glide the camera
I'm gonna.
around? Uh-oh.
All right. My turn. Fantastic.
You did it to me.
That's true. I did.
Dr. Freeman in the house. How are
I love it.
you
I love it.
today?
I'm feeling pretty good. It's a fun week. It's a fun week.
Why is it
It's a
fun?
lot of
Tell,
work.
tell me tell me why
Well,
the
you know
week
what?
is fun.
We do a lot of. Oh, okay. We do a lot. We do a lot of arranging and planning and going around and visiting. So it's nice to see it come to fruition. The day when the event happens. This week is the. Oh, yeah. Bring up a rule. We arrange every week either a happy hour or a group lunch. So those are a lot of fun, and you get to meet a lot of people from different walks of life. Whoever came here and happens to have a job, you meet architects and software designers and life coaches and every other segment of society just comes across, and then you get to have pizza with them. So it's a fun week.
I have seen you associated with a music group. I have known you as a
Oh,
writer. And of
that's
course,
true.
now I know you as an event organizer because you are
Yes.
promoting a retro game night.
So video
Where do
game
you
night.
feel
That's right.
where do you feel more at home or more connected of all these things that you're doing here in Puerto Vallarta?
Where do I feel most at home? I would have to say the happy hours.
I thought you were gonna sit on stage.
On stage is fun because you get unlimited latitude to do whatever you want as long as you have the microphone. But
Oh,
Oh, you do the microphone.
that's right. See.
trust me, I know exactly what you're talking about. Okay, let's get into specifics here.
All
Retro
right.
game night at the Players PV in Colonia Cinco de Diciembre. This is on Friday at 6 p.m. Tell
That's
me about
right.
this event.
All right. We set it up with Players PV maybe 2 weeks ago when we found out they had one of the retro video games. You remember the stand up arcade kind of deals with the joysticks and the six buttons? I'm sure you know if you play the old school Ninja Turtles or Galaga or Pac Man or any of those, that
Waka
family
waka
of
waka
games.
waka.
That's the
Yes.
one. That's the one. So if you got your high score from 1971, if you are super proud of your Frogger skills, today, well, Friday is the
Yeah,
day to show it off
Friday.
because we are having the video game night at Players PV, which is air conditioned to assuage any of your fears. That's right. Oh man, we're gonna pull it up. The Players PV, they've got the Mario hat in the window for street cred.
So this Players PV sounds like the name of a place where I would be inclined to find video games and things like that. Um, is this a video game venue of sorts, or
It's I guess I've heard it called a barcade before. So it has, your standard bar set up. They have leader drinks. Oh, everybody that show up to Friday's event gets a welcome shot. So just in case that'll lubricate you out the house, we can have that happen. They have full selection of beers, wines, cocktails, that kind of thing. So it's just a little something different to do. Where the rains have come, so the activities just move indoors. It's not a big deal.
that sounds wonderful. So what kind of games do you like to play?
I grew up on fighting games. Me and my sister played like Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, that kind of thing. And you know
I
what?
was
I'll admit this
uh-huh.
here. She used to beat me just by mashing buttons. It used to infuriate me to no end. I'd like study the guide and like learn the button combinations to do different moves. And she just hammered the buttons and just would regularly beat me. So shout out to Amber, whoever, if you're out there watching Paco's show
I
today.
I was a Pac-Man player in college,
Uh-huh.
and then after college, I got my own Nintendo set, and I was
Uh-huh.
a Super Mario junkie.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's the
yeah,
one.
like dun dun dun
Well, we have
dun
we have
dun
all of
dun
it.
dun.
We got
Dun.
it all.
Yep, and now in my latter years, I have three. No, wait. I have two indispensable games on my iPad that I have been playing nonstop for like a number of years. And like I remember going like last year or no, 2 years ago, no, longer before the pandemic. what the fuck? I don't even remember when, but we went to this little town where there was no Wi-Fi. And I said to my friend, just take my iPhone because they were going to drive to a place where they could connect. I said, just open my game and close it because I don't want to lose my tenure of having played every single day for a number of years. So I can be a little freaky that way.
Flame
And I
burning.
like Joe got a kick out of the comment Frogger skills.
Right.
I don't have good Frogger skills, but I tell you, I have frogged here and there. Now, do tell me, who is this the first time that you're doing this event, or you've
This
done it before?
is the premiere edition of this event, but I hope to make it a monthly thing. It's a really nice venue. It's if you're gonna hang out in the bar and you know how to play games, then why not that one? So that's what I figured the day I walked in, and I figured it had some appeal. Yeah, we have everything from the '70s, '80s, and I also have if anybody younger is out there, I also have a Nintendo Switch, and we have a few of the modern games as well, multiple TVs, so we don't have to have conflict. But obviously, you lose, you pass the controller. Everybody knows that rule.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Yeah,
Well,
this
I
is a
never
look at
cease
the
to be.
stage. This is inside the camera one. Okay. Yeah, it's a nice
Uh,
place. It's
oh, there you
pretty
go.
swanky. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It looks
So
pretty
they just
swanky to
attach
me.
video games to the systems, to the TVs. So,
There's a comment from Albert here. He says, I walk by there, by Players, almost every day when I'm in town. Lots of
hmm.
music too. Seems like fun. Who
Hey, come
is
out
the,
Friday.
well, Albert is in California, I believe, but tell me, who goes to the venue? Who is the average customer at the Players?
It was a lot of different people. There was recently a huge video game tournament in town for a modern game, so it has a massive, following locally, and people. It has the same appeal as any bar, but they've also had the foresight to attach video games to the TVs. That's it's a pretty good idea. I like it. It
That's
grabbed
wonderful.
me immediately as soon as I saw the Mario cap in the window with the little wings. I was like, "Yep, that's my place." I found the tribe. There it is.
I love it. I love it. So, is there anything that we're missing here that we should definitely talk about?
Let's see. We went over welcome shots. We went over pizza. We went over video game systems for the last 50 years. And I think that's all we have to say about video game night. But I hope to see you there. Oh man, that's true. We have 150-liter drinks. I'm gonna get myself one of those. That sounds good.
What?
One
What are those?
150 pesos for a liter margarita, and they use pretty good stuff. No oso negro in that place.
Oh my God, a liter margarita?
Look at that! Look
That
at that! Look
is
at that! Look
so
at that!
scary. I love it. I love it. Well, one can easily Uber from there to other places in town, I
That's true.
suppose.
If you want to start out your night there, that's cool. If you just come to network, meet some people, that's also cool. But we're just trying to keep this thing going all summer. There's people here. This is a city of 200,000 people. You should be able to get 20 of them in the same room at the same time. That's my deal. So
I
that's
I
what we're
want
trying to
to
do.
I want to put something out on the table because some people are going to roll their eyes sooner or later. But this is more an anecdote that I want to share with you as well. For everybody that's watching, please know that AJ got in touch with me. I'm so glad that Gigi's back because I'm going to give you a little bit of love. Yesterday, AJ wrote to me and he says, "Are we overloading our frequency at your show because we have something else
I
to
did say
promote?"
that. I did say
And
that.
I am sure that there's got to be at least one unhappy person in the universe saying, "Oh my God, those two again." But I'm going to tell you something. I am so grateful for the work that you do to create a community for yourselves, to share that community with others. And I am so grateful that the spotlight has worked out for you.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, we
Um,
love you.
and I often ask, and I have this conversation with my friends. It is unfortunate that not a lot of people have caught on, but I am so excited that little by little more people are finding out about the spotlight, and hopefully
Yeah.
it will continue to become increasingly indispensable. We're always going to have people first come, first served, and as long as you have something to share, it'll be such a pleasure to have you here.
Oh, thank you.
Oh.
We have
got
more.
more. We got more. Yeah,
There's always more.
we're holding our tongue today. There's some more events brewing that I'm sure
We
we'll come
got the
back with.
events. We got the ones that out that were cleared, but I'm prepared to present.
Yeah,
if,
we got
if
more.
that's the
We
desire.
want more.
I love it. Well, I'm gonna let you guys go, but prepare yourselves to be hugged if you're gonna be there within the next half an hour to 40 minutes, because I'm gonna be in your neck of the woods. If this is today is the day in which I take some photos of the space, because I know that my viewers from the morning broadcast are gonna be curious to find out more about this space. So thank you very much. I'll see you in person in a little while.
Yes, you
But
will. All right.
more
We'll be
importantly,
here.
thank you so much for coming to the spotlight and sharing your enthusiasm with me and with everybody that's watching.
Always a pleasure. Always a
Thank you so
pleasure.
much, Paco. Gracias por todo.
See you soon.
Yes, indeed.
And that was Zizi and AJ. We've seen them before, and it's a pleasure to have them here. And very quickly, because I said that I would, I want to remind you of my upcoming music appreciation presentation, which is happening tomorrow. Boom, there it is. The Sound of Movies, from silent films to sci-fi dreams. This is going to happen tomorrow afternoon at the Joint Boutique Hotel and Co-work. Of course, we will take the opportunity to talk about the evolution of sound in movies, talk about the history of film. And you know what I'm going to do? I was going to give away a couple. In fact, AJ, you're still watching, right? Are you still there? Or you went frozen? Oh, they're gone. Well, I'm going to offer 2 comp tickets to them in appreciation for what they do. I don't see any locals, as in people that are here in the city, among the viewers. So I don't know that it makes much sense for me to give away a ticket for tomorrow, because I think, unless I'm mistaken, most of the names that I see in the conversation are friends that are watching from afar, and that is perfectly fine. This, my friends, has been our episode 14 of the Spotlight. Little by little, we're nudging this project forward, and we continue to do so because we like to create links with what's going on in the city to the best of our ability. And having the event organizers and the service producers come talk about these things directly makes it a lot easier. So I thank you for watching, and I thank you for spreading the word, and I thank you for connecting. And I will see you again sometime in the near future. Of course, we will be back with the Spotlight a week from today. So have a good one.